Have you ever faced rejection? Perhaps a job you didn't get, a proposal that was turned down, or a personal relationship that didn't work out as hoped? Today, we're not just learning to cope with rejection, we're learning to embrace it as a tool for personal growth. Our goal in this session is to transform how you perceive rejection, shifting from a source of pain to a catalyst for empowerment. Through the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we will explore 15 powerful lessons that can turn the sting of rejection into stepping stones towards greater resilience and success. So, whether you're a young adult stepping into the complexities of life, or someone more seasoned seeking strategies to manage professional and personal challenges, these lessons are designed to equip you with the tools to handle adversity effectively. Let's dive in and discover how to harness the power of Stoic wisdom to not just survive but thrive in the face of rejection. Embracing Stoic foundations, Stoicism, a school of Hellenistic philosophy, teaches us that true happiness is found not in changing our external circumstances, but in changing our internal reactions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Lesson 1. Expect rejection. One of the most profound Stoic principles is the practice of anticipating challenges, including rejection. By mentally preparing for rejection, you arm yourself not with pessimism, but with a strategic, realistic outlook on potential outcomes. This mental preparation is akin to a warrior donning armor before battle, not expecting defeat, but ready for any challenge. Consider this: if you go into a job interview understanding that rejection is a possible outcome, your mindset shifts. You are no longer crushed if you don't get the job. Instead, you are prepared to ask for feedback, learn from the experience, and refine your approach for the next opportunity. This practice of expecting rejection helps to diminish its sting and prepares you to bounce back more quickly. Stoic philosophers like Seneca emphasize the importance of premeditatio malorum, which involves visualizing the worst-case scenarios. This technique is not about dwelling on negative outcomes, but about weakening their impact on our spirit and preparing our minds for any form of adversity. By expecting rejection, you cultivate a robustness that allows you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and resilience, always ready to extract wisdom from the experience and move forward. Lesson 2. Control your perception. Our perception of events shapes our reality more profoundly than the events themselves. In the context of rejection, how you perceive the setback determines its impact on your life and psyche. Stoicism teaches us that we hold the power to redefine our perceptions, turning potential negatives into empowering experiences. For example, when faced with rejection, instead of internalizing it as a personal failure or a measure of your worth, you can choose to perceive it as valuable feedback. This shift in perception allows you to maintain self-esteem and harness the rejection as a tool for self-improvement. Consider a scenario where your project proposal is turned down. Instead of sulking over the rejection, analyze the feedback. What were the reasons? Are there areas where your proposal could be enhanced? Can you learn new skills to better address these points in the future? Marcus Aurelius, a stalwart of Stoic philosophy, advised that our reactions to all circumstances are products of our judgments. By controlling these judgments, choosing to see rejection as an opportunity to learn and adapt, we empower ourselves to respond constructively. This approach not only softens the blow of rejection, but also propels us toward growth, ensuring that each no brings us closer to a future yes. Practical strategies for handling rejection. Moving into more actionable strategies, let's discuss how to apply Stoic principles when facing rejection. A famous quote by Epictetus illuminates our path. "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This encapsulates the essence of Stoic resilience, focusing on our responses rather than the external events themselves. Lesson 3. Emotional detachment. Emotional detachment, as taught by Stoicism, is not about being indifferent or aloof. Rather, it's about maintaining a healthy separation between your sense of self-worth and the outcomes of your actions. This Stoic practice encourages us to engage fully with life while protecting our inner peace from external fluctuations, especially rejection. Take, for instance, the process of applying for a job. If you tie your self-esteem to whether or not you get the job, each rejection could significantly lower your confidence. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to value the effort and integrity we bring to the process over the outcome itself. By focusing on what we can control, our preparation, presentation, and professionalism, we maintain our self-respect regardless of the decision made by potential employers. Epictetus emphasized this when he said, "Some things are in our control and others not." Applying this to emotional detachment means understanding that we control our actions and attitudes, but not the actions or reactions of others. By internalizing this distinction, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil associated with rejection. This approach not only sustains your emotional health, but also positions you to approach future opportunities with confidence and clarity, unshaken by past outcomes. Lesson 4. Use rejection as a mirror. Rejection, while often painful, can serve as a powerful mirror reflecting areas for personal or professional growth. Stoic philosophy encourages us to use the experience of being rejected as a moment for self-reflection and critical analysis, which can lead to meaningful improvements. When you face rejection, take a moment to step back and assess the situation objectively. What feedback were you given? Is there a common theme in the rejections you've experienced? Such introspection can uncover hidden insights about your skills, approach, or even interpersonal dynamics that may need attention. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig." In the context of rejection, this means digging into the reasons behind the rejection to find the good, the actionable insights and learning points. For example, if your proposal was rejected, instead of brooding over the failure, analyze the reasons provided by the reviewers. Understand their perspective and identify any gaps in your proposal. Was it the clarity of your communication, the feasibility of the project, or perhaps a mismatch with the funder's priorities? By viewing each rejection as a chance to look into a mirror that shows not just your face, but your professional and personal depths, you can begin to transform every no into a stepping stone towards greater competence and self-awareness. This process not only improves your chances in future endeavors, but also strengthens your character and resilience. Lesson 5. Strengthen resilience. Resilience is the cornerstone of a Stoic mindset, enabling us to withstand and adapt to the trials of life, including rejection. Each encounter with rejection offers a unique opportunity to build and reinforce this critical trait, turning setbacks into stepping stones for personal growth. Imagine each rejection as a workout for your emotional endurance. Just as muscles are built through the resistance of weights, so too is psychological resilience built through the resistance of life's challenges. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, aptly stated, "Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men." In the modern context, this means that the difficulties you endure, including the pain of rejection, are tests of your character and resilience. When you face rejection, instead of succumbing to despair, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger? This approach shifts your focus from what you have lost to what you can gain. For instance, if your contributions are overlooked at work, instead of feeling invalidated, Determine what might make your work stand out more noticeably, or consider whether your talents might be better recognized in a different role or organization. Each act of overcoming rejection not only builds your resilience but also deepens your understanding of your own capabilities and limits. It prepares you to face future challenges with a more seasoned, stoic composure, ensuring that with every rejection you emerge more robust and equipped than before. Lesson 6. Reduce dependence on external approval. Stoicism teaches the importance of internal validation over external approval. This lesson focuses on reducing our reliance on others' opinions and affirmations to define our success and self-worth. By cultivating a mindset that values personal virtues and efforts more than external validation, we can achieve a more stable and fulfilling sense of self. A key Stoic principle is understanding what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus, a leading Stoic thinker, clearly outlined that our own thoughts and actions are within our control, while others' opinions are not. Embracing this principle helps minimize the impact of external approval on our emotional well-being. For example, if you're a creative professional, instead of measuring your success solely through accolades or recognition, focus on the satisfaction and growth you gain from mastering your craft. This shift not only diminishes anxiety, but also enhances your motivation to improve based on personal standards of excellence. This approach involves setting personal goals that align with your values and judging your progress by your own criteria, not by the feedback or praise of others. When you become less concerned with how others perceive your achievements, you gain more freedom to pursue what truly matters to you, leading to greater personal and professional fulfillment. This independence from external validation reinforces your resilience as your self-esteem becomes less vulnerable to the fluctuations of others' judgments and more grounded in your own consistent internal compass. Embracing Stoic wisdom in daily life. As we weave Stoic principles into our daily routines, we cultivate a life of greater meaning and resilience. Reflecting on a quote from Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We see that Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a daily practice. This section guides us on applying these timeless truths to embrace challenges confidently and with peace, illustrating practical steps for living a Stoic life every day. Lesson 7. Prioritize self-care. Self-care is an essential aspect of handling rejection with resilience and strength, as emphasized by Stoic philosophy. The Stoics understood the importance of maintaining physical and mental well-being as a means to cultivate inner strength and maintain composure in the face of adversity. Seneca, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, often discussed the need for rest and recovery, advising, "Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass under trees on a summer's day, listening to the murmur of the water, or watching the clouds float across the sky is by no means a waste of time." This highlights the Stoic belief in the value of rejuvenation as part of maintaining one's Stoic composure and rational thinking. Incorporating self-care into your routine, especially after experiencing rejection, can take many forms. It might involve setting aside time for relaxation and reflection, engaging in physical activities that relieve stress, or pursuing hobbies that bring joy and satisfaction. By ensuring that you are well rested and mentally clear, you are better equipped to analyze rejections objectively, learn from them, and apply these lessons to future endeavors without emotional overload. Emphasizing self-care enables you to sustain your efforts in self-improvement and face life's challenges with a renewed sense of energy and perspective, maintaining a Stoic balance between action and rest. Lesson 8. Cultivate mindful responses. Adopting a mindful approach to rejection involves cultivating a state of awareness that allows you to respond to setbacks with thoughtfulness rather than impulsivity. This Stoic practice is grounded in the teaching of Marcus Aurelius, who famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Mindfulness in the context of rejection means taking a moment to pause before reacting, allowing you to consider the most constructive response. It involves acknowledging your initial emotions without judgment, and then choosing a course of action that aligns with your values and long-term goals. For example, if you receive negative feedback at work, instead of immediately reacting defensively, take a deep breath, assess the feedback for its validity, and determine how it can be used to improve your performance. This practice not only reduces the sting of rejection, but also enhances your ability to learn from it effectively. By responding to rejection mindfully, you turn potentially discouraging experiences into opportunities for personal growth and development. Over time, this method helps build emotional resilience, enabling you to handle future challenges with greater composure and insight. Lesson 9. Foster emotional agility. Emotional agility is a key Stoic concept that refers to the ability to adapt one's emotions to changing circumstances effectively. It's about being flexible with your feelings and thoughts rather than being rigid or reactive. This skill is crucial when dealing with rejection, as it allows you to navigate negative experiences without being overwhelmed by them. Stoicism teaches us that our emotions are responses to our judgments about events, not the events themselves. As Epictetus famously stated, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." By practicing emotional agility, you can choose to interpret and respond to rejection in a way that is more aligned with your long-term goals and values, rather than letting immediate feelings dictate your actions. For instance, if you're bypassed for a promotion, instead of letting bitterness or jealousy take hold, emotional agility allows you to assess the situation calmly. You can choose to see this event as a prompt to enhance your skills, or even to seek feedback on how to improve. This shift in perspective can transform a potentially discouraging situation into a motivator for personal and professional growth, thus exemplifying the Stoic ideal of using obstacles as opportunities. Lesson 10. Maintain perspective. Maintaining perspective is essential when dealing with rejection. It involves seeing the bigger picture and recognizing that a single setback does not define your entire journey. This Stoic principle helps to contextualize rejection, reducing its impact on your self-esteem and overall life satisfaction. Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what is and isn't within our control, urging us to focus our energy only on the former. As Marcus Aurelius advises, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking." This perspective is vital when faced with rejection. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, it's more constructive to assess what actions you can take to improve your situation or to better prepare for future opportunities. For example, if a manuscript is rejected by a publisher, instead of viewing it as a failure, see it as a chance to refine your work or explore alternative publishing options. Understand that many successful authors faced numerous rejections before finally achieving publication. This broader view helps mitigate feelings of defeat and motivates you to persevere. By maintaining perspective, you allow yourself to see rejection not as an insurmountable barrier, but as a normal part of life's ebb and flow, an opportunity for growth and learning, not a final verdict on your capabilities. Integrating Stoicism into everyday challenges. In this section, we delve into practical ways to apply Stoic principles daily, transforming everyday challenges into opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This wisdom underscores the power of responding to life's adversities with poise and resilience. Here, we explore how Stoicism can be a daily tool for overcoming the obstacles life throws our way, promoting a life of harmony and purpose. Lesson 11. Embrace the process of learning. Embracing the learning process, inherent in every rejection, is crucial. Each no received is not just a stop sign, but a roadmap to self-improvement. It provides a unique opportunity to refine your strategies and enhance your skills. By dissecting what went wrong and what could be improved, you transform the sting of rejection into a proactive plan for future successes. This Stoic approach is about perpetual growth, recognizing that each setback teaches something valuable, contributing to a deeper understanding and mastery over your craft or personal endeavors. Lesson 12. Seek constructive feedback. Actively seeking out and valuing constructive feedback is essential for personal and professional development. Marcus Aurelius championed the idea that wisdom comes from a variety of sources, and we should listen even to the harshest critics. When facing rejection, rather than shutting down or becoming defensive, ask for detailed feedback. Use it as a compass to guide your improvements. This process not only helps in refining your approach, but also in cultivating a mindset that views criticism as a valuable tool for learning rather than a personal attack. Lesson 13. Detach from outcomes. Stoicism promotes detaching from the outcomes of our actions as a method to maintain inner peace and effectiveness. By focusing on the effort and intent behind your actions rather than the outcome, you become more resilient to rejection. This detachment doesn't mean not caring about the results, but rather not allowing those results to dictate your self-worth or emotional state. It allows you to remain committed to your goals while being flexible and open to adapting your methods as necessary, embracing whatever results your efforts might yield. Lesson 14. Use negative visualization. Negative visualization is a Stoic exercise that involves contemplating the worst-case scenarios. By periodically visualizing the potential for rejection or failure, you can temper your reactions to such events when they do occur. This practice reduces anxiety about possible negative outcomes and prepares you to handle them more gracefully when they arise. It also fosters a deeper appreciation for when things go well, enhancing your overall satisfaction and emotional well-being. Lesson 15. Cultivate gratitude. In the face of rejection, cultivating gratitude can shift your focus from what you lack to the abundance that remains. Stoics like Seneca believed that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. By acknowledging and appreciating the good in your life regardless of external setbacks, you reinforce a positive mindset that can endure through challenges. Practicing gratitude helps to buffer the pain of rejection, reminding you of the many facets of your life that are flourishing, thus providing a balanced perspective that fosters long-term resilience and happiness. We've journeyed through 15 Stoic lessons on turning rejection to our advantage. Remember, rejection is not just an obstacle, but an opportunity to practice resilience, to refine our strategies, and to grow stronger. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Stoic wisdom. As you move forward, armed with these lessons, remember that each rejection, each challenge you face is a step towards becoming a more resilient, wise, and balanced individual. Keep practicing, keep reflecting, and let Stoicism guide you in transforming not just how you handle rejection, but how you lead your life. Remember, life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. Take care, and see you on the next step of our journey towards personal mastery. Stay strong, stay stoic.